I'm currently in Costa Rica in a location that I can't really mention. I'm working on a yacht that I also can't mention the name of or show any of the footage of, unfortunately. You do get that with a lot of yachts. In fact, I've been very lucky over the last few years that the yachts have allowed me to film, especially on one particular yacht where I was allowed to film on board ships operations and stuff. It's very rare. So anyway, I'm on this yacht, and a colleague on board also has a drone, which we'd been using. Well, we're both using our drones to go out and film, usually first thing in the morning, really early, between 5 and 6 a.m. And even though we can't publish the footage online, the yacht likes to get footage for promotional stuff, so they wanted us to film. He was filming and he crashed his drone into the sea. One of the problems that we've been having is when we fly the drone is we take off from the heli deck, and the drone, whenever you take off with the drone, wherever you take off from, that is ground zero, right? So that shows 0 as height on your drone display. Now, if you, as far as I know, there's no way to change that. So if you take off from 10 meters up, which is more or less where we are, then, and you fly over the edge of the boat, and then you drop down, then all of a sudden you're in minus figures, you know, so -1 meter, -2 meters. So you don't actually know how close you are to the ground. You can estimate it based on the height approximately of the heli deck, but it's, you know, it's a guess. It's a best guess. So we'd been talking about that a few days earlier, and I said that basically I would go down to about -4 meters, and I was as brave as I could be without getting too low. The possible reasons why his drone crashed was, number one, battery warning was ignored. He got the battery warning and he just carried on flying, figured he still had 5 minutes left or whatever, and carried on, and then it just landed. Now, as far as I know, what I'm told is once it goes into auto land, it will land wherever it is. If it runs out of battery, it just lands. Number two is he descended lower than I did to try and get the cool shot, you know, in the morning, and from low down, because we'd been talking about this flying low to the water and then bringing the gimbal up to reveal the boat, like a James Bond type shot. So we'd been talking about that. I actually did the shot, and I suspect he might have tried to do it and got too low and then auto landed. But when you do that, if you press any of the flight controls, then it should come out of the auto land and you regain control of it. And the third one that I can think of is that he just descended like a glide slope and just descended too quickly and just hit the water. Okay, so here is this is a screen grab of the last position of my colleague's drone. Down in the bottom left hand corner, you've got the GPS coordinates of the last location, and that's what we used to go out and try and recover. And also you can see the map actually shows it to be on land, but that is incorrect. If you type that number in the bottom left hand corner, if you type that into Google Maps, it will show you an actual sea location, like here. So if we also look at this, if you look at in the top left hand corner, you can see it says landing. It's a bit confusing actually, because on the right hand side it says he's got 6% battery life left. If you look at the how much time he's got flight time left, it says 1 minute 12 seconds. He'd definitely gone past the point where the low battery alarm came on. Mine's set for about 30%. I don't know what his is set for, but I would imagine he didn't change it. So mine comes on when I have about 7 minutes, 8 minutes of battery life left. The flight record shows he wasn't that far away from the boat. So it seems to me like he got a low battery alarm and he continued flying. You can also see his horizontal speed is 27 kilometers an hour. So I'm a little bit confused there. So it looks like he was doing 27 kilometers an hour. So he was at full speed, and then it seems like the drone just said, okay, I've got no more power, I'm going to land. That's what I can see from that, but I can't be 100% because it still says he had a minute left of flying time. So then I came up with a plan of possible recovery, because ordinarily that would be the game over for most. But we've got all of the facilities of a super yacht here. From that point of view, is we have boats, we have small boats, tenders, speed boats with depth sounders in, which can tell us how deep it is. We also just happen to have a team of divers here who are cleaning the hull, because we're going somewhere where you have to do that before you go. So we had the last known location. So we asked the divers, and they said, yes, okay, we'll have a go. So we gave them some tanks of oxygen, and we took the boat out to the last known location. And that showed us a point where the drone had gone into the water. So then he took the boat out with his phone and used his GPS to take us to that location. And then the diver got ready and went in the water. So what the diver did is so he knew he was diving straight down. He got a heavy weight, and he got 50 meters of rope, because the depth that we'd looked at had been approximately 50 to 60 meters, which is pretty deep. But the diver said he could go down to about 50, 60 meters. So we thought it was still possible. So we got a rope, and we put a weight on the end of it, and we dropped that in the water so the diver can follow the rope down. So he's definitely swimming directly down. So obviously we knew that if the drone landed 60 meters down, the chances are, they didn't fall straight down like a stone. It probably went off like this. So anyway, we had a search area. They weren't that far away from the yacht, so I was watching them with binoculars. I tried to film with my iPhone. Initially I was filming with my drone as they went out, but then it started to rain. So I had to bring my drone back in, and unfortunately I couldn't film the rest of the diver going in the water, etc. But the diver was only in the water for a few minutes, and he came back out, and I thought that was good news. I thought, oh, wow, he's found it, and I was relishing the prospects of trying to fix the drone and trying to maybe get it flying again, or at least recovering the data and seeing what it looks like when a drone goes in the water. Unfortunately, though, the news that I got a little bit later was that he wasn't able to even see the ground, the bottom. Went down about another 10 meters, and he said that the ground was nowhere to be seen. Luckily for my colleague, it happens to be covered by his travel insurance, and he's going to get a new drone. And also now he's got a controller and some spare batteries for one. So. All right, so that's the end of this story. Just thought I'd share that with you. I will try to bring some more footage out soon. Keep watching. I'll post when I can. Coming up for some leave soon, so I'm going to try and do some stuff while I'm on leave. And that's it. So take it easy. Bye. Overland on the map. Right. The plane.